Good morning, student. So, this is our second part of our chapter, that is human body and organ system. So, do you remember what we have studied in our previous class? Yes, we studied about organ system, steps of respiration. First step was external respiration, in which inspiration and expirations together was known as external respiration. Then we have studied about internal respiration. In internal respiration, exchange of gases takes place between the cells and the tissue fluid, right? And then we have studied about third, that is cellular respiration. In this, the glucose is oxidized by the use of oxygen and the energy is produced in the form of ATP. And what was released? Yes, carbon dioxide and water vapor was released as the waste material. Good. So, today we are going to study about structure and the functions of respiratory system. So, can you list some organs which are present in the respiratory system? Yes. Yes, good. So, which are they? Nasal cavity, pharynx, larynx, trachea. Okay. So, the major organs are nasal cavity, nose, pharynx, larynx, trachea, and the major part is our lungs. So, today we will learn about all these organs related to the respiratory system. So, what we are going to study today? We will study about this organ system such as nasal cavity, nose, pharynx, larynx, lungs, trachea, bronchioles, diaphragm. We will see all these organ systems in detail. So, okay, now tell me, why is it said that we should not talk while eating? What do you think? Why is it so? Why one should not talk while eating? Yes, when we are eating and talking together, food can go in the windpipe, right? So we should not talk, because when we talk, the windpipe opens, and when we are eating and talking together, the food can stuck in the windpipe, which can block the passage of the air to go in and come out, right? Because from the windpipe only the air is passing, going in and out. So when we are talking while eating, the food can enter that windpipe. Because of that, our windpipe can be blocked. So which can be very very dangerous. It can lead to death also. So while we are eating, we should not talk. Okay. So now we will learn about the structure and the function of the respiratory system. So you can see in the picture, this is our respiratory system. So now tell me, which is the first organ in our respiratory system? Yes, nose. So the very first organ in our respiratory system is nose, or the cavity is known as nasal cavity. You can observe in this picture, as you know, hair and mucus is present in the nose. Can you guess the use of it? Yes, it filters the air with the help of hair and mucus. Because of the hair and the mucus which is present in the nose, the outside material which can get in through our nose is filtered due to that. Okay, so this is a natural process. The hair, because of that hair and the mucus, the air is filtered. Now tell me, which is the next part? Pharynx? You can see in the picture, after nasal cavity and nostril, there is pharynx. Now, where is the pharynx situated? Just below the nasal cavity. And what is originating in the pharynx? You can see the windpipe is and the food pipe. You can see the food pipe and the windpipe which is originating in the pharynx. Windpipe is also known as trachea and the esophagus is our food pipe. What you can observe in this picture? Yes, windpipe is in front of the food pipe. You can see the windpipe is at the beginning of the windpipe. What do you observe? Yes, there is a lid, white color lid at the beginning of the windpipe. Yes, this lid is known as epiglottis. What it is known as? Epiglottis. So, what does this epiglottis do? Can you guess? Yes, as it is present above the windpipe. So, when we eat the food which prevent the food, this epiglottis prevent the food by going in the windpipe. So when we are eating, this lid closes by which the food cannot enter the windpipe. Now next we are going to study that is larynx. So what can you see below pharynx? A swollen box-like structure, right? So, larynx is also called as a voice box. So, what it is known as? A voice box. It is a way of air to the lungs. So, this is the way from which the air passes to the lungs. So, now, next, we have our windpipe. What is it known as? Yes, trachea. It is swollen at the beginning, right? Why? Why is it swollen in the beginning? Yes, because of the voice box. Because voice box is present above it. So, it is swollen because of the voice box. It bifurcates. Bifurcates means it divides into two parts or two branches. You can see the blue pipe, blue color windpipe, that is trachea, which when it goes near the lungs, it divides into two parts. One branch is entering the right lungs and the next branch into left lung. You can clearly see in the picture, right? Now next we will learn about bronchioles. So what is bronchioles? Yes, bronchioles is a small branches from where the air is passing through the bronchus in the respiratory tract. So bronchus is a passage of airway in the respiratory tract that conducts the air into the lungs. It also branches into smaller tubes called bronchioles. You can see in the picture. This bronchioles is again it is branching into small tubes known as bronchioles. So bronchioles, it means trachea which is divided in the lungs. It is also the trachea, but it is divided in the lungs, is known as bronchioles. Now, next, we will study about lungs. Where is it situated? Yes, in the thoracic cavity. Maximum part of the thoracic cavity is covered by the lungs. You can also see in the picture, it has a double layer. It is known as, double layer is known as pleural space. It is also known as pleural space. So, how are they made? Yes, it is elastic and sponge-like material. You can see, observe in the picture, the lungs is a sponge-like red color material. It is made up of many small compartments called alveoli. So, inside the lungs there are very small compartment known as alveoli. So, what are alveoli? They are the rich network of capillaries present around the alveolus. So, it is a network of capillaries and they are present around the alveolus. They are the tiny sacs at the end of the bronchus. Previously, we have studied what is bronchus. So, they are air sac. They are round air sacs which is present at the end of the bronchus where the exchange of gases take place. So, they are present at the end of the bronchus which is present around the alveoli. Okay. You can observe in the picture. Here the hemoglobin which is present in the RBC absorbs the oxygen from the air within the alveoli and CO2 and water vapor are removed from the blood, that is from the capillaries. You can observe in the picture. You can also observe the picture of the alveolus and what is the process in the alveolus. It is exchange of gases in an alveolus. You can see oxygen is taken in and carbon dioxide is given out. You can also observe the capillary which is present. CO2. As you can see in this picture, the deoxygenated blood which is present in the capillaries gives out carbon dioxide into the alveolus and the oxygen is taken in again in the capillaries and the blood is now oxygenated and this oxygenated blood is circulated in the whole body. Here you can observe in this picture how the exchange of gases takes place. Oxygen is taken into the blood and carbon dioxide and water vapor are removed from the blood. So this was the function of the alveoli. Now next is diaphragm. What is it? Yes, as you can observe in the picture, it is the last circular shape below the lungs. It is muscular. And where it is present? Yes, it is present between the thoracic cavity and the abdominal cavity. It is between these two cavities. Because of this diaphragm, and when we inhale and exhale, the ribs moves out and again it moves back to its original position. This moving out and moving back to the original position, it takes place during the process of inhalation and exhalation. So why is it important? Because it is important during the process of breathing. Because when inhalation, you can observe in the picture, during the inhalation the diaphragm is pulled down and during the exhalation it is pulled upward. So it is an important process in breathing in and breathing out. So today we have studied different part of the respiratory system, their structure and their functions of these systems, about which part we have studied: the nasal cavity, nose, pharynx, larynx, trachea, bronchioles, alveoli, and at the last we have studied about diaphragm. So for this part it is enough. Now we will meet in our next part. Thank you.